Mr. Plooy, congratulations. That was a good victory. Again, a good performance by Middlesex, but crucially in this one, Middlesex got it over the line.
Yeah, of course, and it's very easy to feel a lot better when you get a win under the belt. But like I said earlier, before the toss, I thought we've actually been playing pretty good cricket across 40 overs, which is encouraging. But yeah, to get it across the line finally is great. But this team's got a long way to go for sure. This is only one win, and onwards and upwards from here. Like I said, it's great to see the signs even before this game. We're playing some really good cricket across the 40 overs, and getting it over the line is awesome.
You're relatively new to Middlesex cricket, but historically it's been a difficult format. That doesn't feel like it's been the case this year. The difficulty's been getting over the line. In years gone by, the difficulty's been being competitive.
Yeah, and this is a very competitive group. We're always playing against top quality teams. But what really encourages me is guys like Seb Morgan coming in today, his first game, really making his mark. And that's what we want, guys to make an impact straight away. Even Noz, after the other night, can't, he would have felt really bad, and we don't want him to feel bad because he actually did such a great job for us, and we want to keep encouraging guys to be brave and to make an impact. That's all we want, and if we can play with that attitude, with those those championship-winning behaviours, we'll be in a great place. I don't want to be too down or up when we win or lose. Of course, anyone loves winning. I love winning more than anything, but there's a process to get there, and there are some encouraging signs to look forward to.
Let's pick through those performances. You mentioned Morgan there. Let's start with him. That was an incredible debut, wasn't it?
Absolutely. For a young kid to bowl in the power play is always tough. But he's definitely got something about him, something that's very exciting for us as Middlesex. There's a reason why he got a contract this year, and he showed exactly why. Even before this game, he got probably one of the most promising talents out in India, Suryavanshi. I don't know if I've pronounced that right, but that shows that he's not scared to be brave, and he always feels like he takes the positive option, which is awesome, and we haven't even seen him bat yet. So really proud.
Speaking of bravery, Luke Holman, ups and downs. He said he had a down on Sunday at Bristol. The rest of us will probably look at it differently, but he bounced back on Wednesday with a great performance, and similarly today you mentioned Noah Cornwall. He's bounced back with an amazing performance today after a tough end on Wednesday. That's a great sign for not just the youngsters but for the group as a whole, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's what I've said before. We want guys to take steps forward. We are going to get knocked down, and you are going to make mistakes. It's a very harsh game, and people tend to only remember your last performance, but even after Luke had struggled maybe at Bristol, he thought he struggled. I didn't see it that way. He's every leg spinner in a team is X factor, and I want to keep reminding him there that he can change the game. Even when he gets hit for a boundary, first thing I want to go is to run up to him and say, listen, but you can still win this over. I think he's got that potential. He's obviously still got a long way to go, because I think there's a lot more in the tank for sure, but all I can ask from him is to give it his best, and he's been definitely game changing for us.
And a couple of other youngsters did pretty well with the bat, yourself and Kane Williamson.
Yeah, very young, like you can see. No, it was good. It's, someone with a wealth of experience like Kane there is great to have in the middle overs. It's just, it definitely is a great honour to bat with someone with a calibre like Kane. It's obviously been quite a bare season for myself personally. I've been exposed to batting a little bit more late in innings, which I've not been very accustomed to in my career so far. But it's been good learning, been good exposure, and I've certainly learned a lot from it. Although results haven't necessarily gone my way personally, it's the way you obviously stand up from there, and when your time comes, and like I did today, first time I've actually come in the power play this season, which was nice, albeit one ball, but it was nice to have a guy with like I said, the wealth of experience like Kane there, really keeping you calm and clear in the moment.
Just two final thoughts. Firstly, on Luke Holman, on interview the other day. He was emotional. He said he'd had an emotional few days off the back of Bristol. As you said, I think we all thought he bowled better than he did at Bristol, but the clear thing that came across was the passion, that desire to win, and a frustration that Middlesex weren't winning, which again, that frustration suggests Middlesex are closer to winning than they have been previously.
Yeah, and you know, the language is just so important. You know, we can easily be very up and down, you know, whether we lose or win. And I really try and you know, exaggerate that, or you know, emphasize that we try and stay as level as we can, and we keep judging ourselves on the controllables. Like you said there, the passion, the attitude, all those fluffy things you might think that aren't important. We need to be focusing on those things more and more. And yeah, there's enough talent in this group for sure. We've seen it in you know, more than just glimpses this season. So yeah, we're far. I'd say we're still far away from putting like doing that across our whole season. But we can just take it one game at a time. There's a lot of good signs that we're excited about.
And that final thought, again, the Middlesex probably will feel that the results this season haven't matched the performances overall, and moments have got away, which means the game's got away. But going into these final 3 games now, points-wise, it's almost a knockout competition, isn't it, for Middlesex? Is that the way to view it? You know, there's 3 games to go, win the 3 of them. There's a fair chance that there might be qualification off the back of it, and that probably goes for the end of the championship season as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, and that's all you can ask for at the minute, right, is we give it a good crack every single game, and whatever happens, if we end up winning 3 out of 3, great. But yeah, I just want to remind us that we've only just won 1 game. Yeah, we'll be gearing up for the next game against, I think, is it Surrey?
Kent on Sunday.
Kent on South, of course. Canterbury on Sunday, which, you know, they've played pretty good as well during the season. So we'll give them a good nudge on Sunday, and then we'll see where we are.
Well done, Tilly. Congratulations.